good afternoon. So you rejoin me on the Llyn Peninsula, quite near Aberystwyth, on a beach called Quarry Beach. Spent the morning freshening up, getting some coffee, and I explored the river estuary at Porthmadog to see if there were any compositions looking back towards Snowdonia. And I think there's some potential there. Might explore it in the future, but I wasn't blown away by it. I'm hoping to camp around here tonight, and I think it will work. Right now it's super busy though, so I think I'll spend the afternoon exploring and looking for compositions for this evening and for tomorrow morning. Not totally sold on Quarry Beach. Tonight during sunset it would be high tide. It's low tide right now and you can't get far enough down the beach to get good views back towards Snowdonia. So I think I need to go around the headland a little bit and try and get a better angle on it. I think I'll not record any of that, just to stay fleet of foot, and then you can rejoin me after I've had some dinner. Hopefully I'll get a good sunset location with a nice lead-in line back towards Snowdonia National Park and the mountains there. How this happened, but we find ourselves back on Anglesey again. Really should have got some driving B-roll, because that's what I've been doing all afternoon. It's at 4:30 now. I got to the end of the Llyn Peninsula sort of 12:31ish, something like that. But yeah, I don't know what it was about it. It might be because I'm tired after not much sleep and Astro last night, but I just couldn't see the compositions I was hoping for on the Llyn Peninsula. Facing back towards Snowdonia didn't look that photogenic, and actually the thing I've been obsessing about for a few years now is the mountains on the peninsula itself, shot from Anglesey. You know, that's what really drew me to want to explore the Llyn Peninsula. So I think the north coast there has potential, but it's this thing I have where a mountain always looks better photographically from a lake in the valley rather than the top of the mountain, and going around those pleasingly shaped hills on the peninsula, they just they didn't look as good close up. They look really nice through blue haze from a distance, shooting them from Anglesey. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know whether sunset tonight is going to be any good. I'm exploring another estuary, so I'm going to see if there's any potential here. Have some dinner after that, and if it doesn't work, I might just, in a Paulo Coelho's Alchemist way, return back to where we started this morning, back to that beach with the nice tidal pools. So all set up for my sunset shoot. Don't have a huge amount of hope for the light this evening. It looks like that's the direction the sun's going to set in. Might peek through. It's shedding some light over on Snowdonia behind me. So there's a chance that we might get some colourful clouds or something interesting, but we'll have to see. Exploring this salt marsh. Always like salt marshes because you get some nice leading lines. And if the light, reflected light is nice and colourful, all of the reflective surfaces catch that light, so that can work really well. I really like this set of mountains. I'll explain to you why. So yeah, these mountains on the Llyn Peninsula, they really remind me of a few different sets of mountains. I learned a lot of things during this trip. Improving the sound quality is number one among them. Although I'm not sure a dead cat would have dealt with the conditions on this windy salt flat, a voiceover will have to suffice for the rest of the episode. I'm waffling a bit here, but I'm making comment on the similarities between mountain ranges. One of the things that draws me to the Llyn Peninsula from Anglesey is that the mountain range is reminiscent of the Vesterhorn on Iceland. There are also echoes of Rum in the Hebrides and the hills you see on the road as you approach Elgol in Skye. I like seeing these repeated essences of places in other places. For example, Canicht looks like Stack Polly from a certain angle as you approach it. Anyway, just an observation. So I'm gonna wait on this composition and hope that something happens with the light, but we'll see. Just thought I would talk you through my composition here. I'm just gonna sit on this until the light gets good or fizzles out. Let's revert to a voiceover to talk you through my composition. I'm out at 70mm here. I chose this focal length because it isolates the prettier parts of the mountain range. I could have gone even tighter, but once you get past 70mm, it becomes hard to compose the foreground and you get into depth of field issues. I went with this lead line here. At first, I didn't have this little tuft of grass down in the bottom right corner. And it seems to me without that your eye is led out of the frame by the reflective surface of the mud. Including the grass on the other hand, the reflective surfaces form nice gullies for your eyes to move through the scene towards the mountains in the distance. As the light turned from warm to blue and I packed up my gear, I wasn't sure I had anything. I was disappointed that the sunset had fizzled out, and I was sure that the reflective mud without some colour in the sky would look muddy in the final image. But I was actually quite pleased with the result here too. It goes to show that you can never judge an image until you have a go at editing it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again for episode 4 of my North Wales adventure.